second grade families. In this video, we're going to show you how to help your students understand the concepts of odd and even and arrays. And we're going to use some materials that teachers can provide you or that you might be able to find at home. So the first concept is odd and even. So when we teach students how to recognize if a number is odd or even, we talk about if a number can be paired or put into equal groupings. So if I look at these numbers here, 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8 are considered even because they have a partner or can be grouped into an equal pair or an equal group. So 2, 4, 6, 8, these numbers are even because there are equal groupings that can take place here. Now, odd numbers are numbers that don't have an equal group or can be paired. So 1 exists by itself, 3, there will be a dot that's left out, same for 5, same for 7, and same for 9. So we call these numbers odd. Now, when looking at numbers that are larger, like 11 or 18, what we like to help students understand is when we look at the last number in the last digit in the number, that is an indicator if it's odd or even. So in the number 11, this is the number we're going to take a look at, the number 1. What we like to help students understand too is they draw their groupings to determine if they have equal partnerships. So this would be a pair, this would be a pair, another pair, another pair, and another pair, and here you have one that's left out, so this number would be considered odd. Moving on to 18, we would do the same thing, look at this last digit to determine if it would be odd or even. According to the chart, it says 8 would be even, but I always want to show my work, so I'm going to group these and see if I can create some equal pairings. And I don't have any left over, so 18 is considered even. Now, a tool I can use to help organize my thoughts, because this could be very overwhelming for students, is I can use double 10 frames to help figure it out. So if I go back to 11 and I want to draw out my circles, I can draw out 11 circles and then show the partnerships. So these are partners. This one is left out, so that tells me that it's even. I'm sorry, that it's odd. Now moving on to 18, I would do the same thing. I would draw 18 dots and show the pairings, and this is an indication that it's even. So this is just another visual tool that can help students understand the concepts of odd and even. Now moving on to arrays. Arrays are a set of objects that are arranged in equal rows and equal columns. And this is the precursor to multiplication. Repeated addition is what we focus on in grade 2 in terms of arrays. When we talk about arrays, we talk about columns and rows. Columns move up and down, and rows move across and left to right. So I'm going to start over here with the concrete area where we use, these are called square tiles. Columns move up and down, rows move left to right. So if I were to come up with some equations that would make sense for this particular array, I can look at the row where I have 2 blocks in each row, and then I can look at the columns where I have 4 blocks in each column. So I can represent this array in 2 different ways. I can look at the rows and use repeated addition. So 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. And I would count that to equal 2, 4, 6, 8. If I wanted to go column-wise, I would count 4 plus 4 is equal to 8. And to take it one step further, if I'm going to start using beginning multiplication, I could do 2 times 4, 2, 4, 6, 8, or I could do 4 times 2, which works the same way. Using another picture representation, I can do the same thing with the rows. I can go this way, and I have 2 rows of 5, or column-wise, I have 5 columns of 2. So if I go column-wise, I have 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, and that's equal to 10. And if I went row-wise, I would have 5 plus 5 is equal to 10, which brings me to the multiplication. I can do 2 times 5 or 5 times 2, and I still get the same answer of 10. So with the trajectory of how children represent arrays, we move from concrete to pictorial. So now looking at this big picture up top, these are my rows, these are my columns. So I can do the same thing. I have 4 rows and I have 6 columns. So I have 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. I would be using my columns, and that would give me 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. And then I would do the same thing with my rows. 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 also gives me 24. And I can use beginning multiplication. I would have 4 times 6 or 6 times 4, which gives me 24. Another example to share is this one down here. So rows are this way, columns are up and down, rows are left and right. I can do the same thing for repeated addition. So 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 12. And my rows, I have 3 rows of 4. 4 plus 4 plus 4 is equal to 12. And then my beginning multiplication. So this concept is reviewed throughout the course of 2nd grade. The beginning of 3rd grade does cover this. So this is one of the important things we teach in 2nd grade. Happy math!